Hey guys, just wanted to bring you an update again today. Loads happened whilst Trump and Kim Jong-un play who has the biggest nuclear missiles, so a lot of ideas coming out today. So I'm going to break this video down into two parts, part 1 and 2. The first part is going to be updates on the two trades that I'm already in, which is the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, and the Australian dollar, British pound. And then I've got a couple of trade ideas for you, and then the second half is going to be all about trade setups that I'm seeing and what I would do to go ahead. Okay, so first of all is the New Zealand dollar and the Canadian dollar that I've been in for quite a few days now, probably about a week. It was this ascending trend that I've seen, and you can see the trend line, which is this one here, the ascending trend line. It came back down to there and was trying to play that pullback. Okay, so what I'm doing on this one at the moment is I'm just waiting for the Royal Bank of New Zealand statement to come out. It's coming out in a couple of hours. So it went down quite a bit yesterday. I lost a fair few pips. It's pulled back a little bit today, so I've regained a couple of pips there. It's give or take at the moment. It could go either way. What I'm hoping is that the price or the dovish comments from the Royal Bank of New Zealand that I like to come out have already been priced into the market, and that even if they are dovish when they come out, then there won't be too much of a decline, and I can still have a chance of getting some pips. So we can see the indicators at the moment. The MA5 and 10 still milling around, not really showing too much. The MACD could be just about to cross. If it does, I'm going to see those bearish bars starting to come in and price decreasing down towards my stop loss, which is just here, the 9,200 level. The RSI is in a bit of a downtrend at the moment. It's moving downwards at the bottom there, so it could just as easily bounce back off this mid-level and then head south again, or it could smash upwards, which I really hope it does. Okay, so 4-hourly chart for you. What have we got? So looking at this then, we can see this triangle which I drew here. It came down through that triangle yesterday with a huge bearish candle, and it's bounced off of this level here, this psychological level, which is the ascending trend line I've drawn on the daily chart. What I'm thinking is going to happen is that over the next couple of hours it's going to rise back up to the bottom of this triangle, the ascending trend line there, the lowest trend line, and then if we get dovish comments from the RMBZ, the Royal Bank of New Zealand, then it will bounce back off and head back lower, or it could head up and go through that triangle if indeed the comments of the dovish comments have already been priced into the market. All right, that's for that one. Then we're looking at my Australian dollar GBP pound. So for this one, I am looking to short it, as recently hasn't been too good because the pound, after the Bank of England's announcements, has quite a lot of bearish pressure behind it, and the Australian dollar has recently had a lot of bullish pressure behind it because the Chinese imports were quite good, especially for iron ore, which is a big export of Australia, so that gave it quite a bit of bullish pressure. And also there's been a lot of good releases from Australia fairly recently. However, today, because of the North Korea American situation, the markets were definitely risk averse, which means that people were putting their money towards traditional safe haven currencies like the Japanese yen and the Swiss franc, and also towards gold and silver, which are traditionally quite safe haven, and away from the high yielding currencies such as the Australian dollar. However, it did not move too much because the pound is also at the moment considered as a risky currency, so that's why we haven't seen too much movement today. What I'm looking at then, announcement wise, what I think could kick this back down, and the indicators at the moment are showing me that it could be a decrease relatively soon. So if I just go in a little bit closer, so looking like if we get another bearish candle, the MA5 and 10 will cross. The MACD, excuse me, is heading, is looking like it is heading south, and there's a little bit of what we call the MACD lines are following the trend at the moment, this small uptrend here. So once I'll get a few green bars soon, I think, which might give it a little bit up. And so it bounces off this descending trend line again, but then we may well see this decrease as we go through. The RSI is looking like it will start to head below this zero level here, may start to head down to that oversold level. What I think could kick this down, as I said before, is some announcements coming out tomorrow. So we've got GBP. If that starts to look a little bit, I'm just going to chart so you can see. Yeah, so if I start getting a few more good releases from the Bank of England, then that might start to push it higher. I think that's unlikely because there's some more dovish comments coming out today. But if the risk starts rising from North Korea again, then we'll definitely see this pair head south. It's not that I want to make money out of that sort of situation, but that's what's likely to happen if it does happen. So let's have a look at the 4-hourly chart quickly as well. Computer's a bit slow. So, yeah, there we go. Cool. So, yeah, we can see, let's just zoom out here. So 5 and 10's already crossed, looking like it's going to go down. We've got the MACD actually showing a bit of a downtrend there. So you can see it's hit its peak here, starting to decrease, as is the peaks from these 3 peaks here are decreasing as we go slowly down, and the lows, lower highs and lower lows as well we're seeing there. The RSI looks like it might be about to bounce off this mid level. It's bounced off it once already. If it bounces off it again, we'd like to see some bearish pressure come in there. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens with this one. Alright, so those are my 2 updates for the trades I'm in at the moment. And then I'm going to look at the GBP, the pound, and the Canadian dollar. I'm not going to trade this one because it will go against 2 of my trades that I'm already in, unless I get stopped out, and then I can trade this one, but hopefully that won't happen. So we can see this descending trend line here. I've drawn the line for you there. It's just about to bounce off. We're looking for a pullback, bearish pullback there. What I'm looking at here is the fact that the MACD, is just coming back up to that 0 level there. We've had quite a few green bars recently. It's starting to descend back down to the 0 level. So if we see some bearish bars coming in, we'll likely see price decrease. And the RSI, interesting enough as well, is in a small descending trend just there. So again, likely to bounce off this 0 level here, or this mid level, sorry, and then heading back down to that oversold level. So is this line here I've drawn because that's where the previous low was. It's a minor psychological level because there was it bounced off it 3 times here, so it might be quite a sticky psychological level to get through. But we just have to wait and see. So if I was going to trade this, is at 16,518 at the moment. I try and get in around the 16,400 level, and then look to put a automatic target if I was feeling risk averse at around the 16,200 level. So even if it gets down there and it touches that level and then bounces back up, you still sell it at that point and make your 200 pips against your 100. It would have to be against your 100 risk, so that it is 2 to 1. So if we have a look at the 4-hourly chart just quickly there as well. So 4-hourly wise, we've got these lower highs and these lower lows forming here. So it is looking like it is about to go down. The MACD, let's zoom out a bit. The MACD is just tipped below that mid-level there. Looking like we might see a little bit more bearish pressure. Probably a little bit of bullish pressure firstly. So because we've seen all these red bars coming in, so maybe we'll see a bit of bullish pressure coming in, and then price rises a little bit, and then we'll see it decrease after that. RSI just pushing above that mid-level, but we can see there is a definite descending trend there, so it's likely to push higher a little bit, and then I think we're likely to see some bears coming in and price decrease. So the last one I have for you on this video is the US dollar Japanese yen. So zooming out a bit on this one, this is quite an interesting one. So this trend is a wedge, what we call a wedge at the moment. So we've got these 2 highs here, which are in line with each other. And we've got this ascending trend here, so these higher lows as we go above here. It has come down to this level just there. It's just dipped below that trend line today. Not too concerned about that. But if it starts to rise a little bit higher, then it's likely to rise back up to this level here where it has been before, and maybe higher, but we don't know for sure at the moment. What I'm liking about this trade at the moment, or this setup, is not only the fact that it's just about to pull back off of this level, or looks like it is. You've also got the MACD is quite low, so it looks like it could cross and then go higher. We've got excuse me. We've got these red bars, quite a few red bars formed recently, so we're likely to see some green bars coming in fairly soon, which means prices are likely to rise. Also, the RSI is quite low at the moment as well, which means it's if it gets to this oversold level, it's bounced off this level quite a few times before, and it's likely to push higher, and we'll see a price increase. So the MA 5 and 10 also looking like it's just about to cross and push higher as well. So US dollar, it has US dollar versus Japanese yen. So if we continue to see tensions between North Korea and America, then this pair is very, very likely to decrease, because US dollar is traditionally risk averse. Japanese yen is risk on. So if you want to, sorry, the US dollar is traditionally a much more risky part of the pair than the Japanese yen. The Japanese yen is definitely a currency that traders or investors will go towards if there is a lot of risk and they want to avoid that risk. Okay, so if we see tensions increasing, then this pair will highly likely decrease. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you for this video. The second video will be coming out in just a few minutes. All right, so you can always, as always, follow me on Making Money Online on Facebook, Online on Twitter, and then the YouTube link, which you can see in the comment section, in the description just on this video. Please comment, let me know what you think. I've had quite a good few comments recently, improvements as well, what people would like to see more do more of, and what they'd like to see me do less of as well. So any feedback is welcome. Let me know. As always, happy trading. See you soon. Bye bye.